Buddhist temples, Sunday morning service. Our sutra for today will be Jusei on page 23.
Agon Josega
Now, please rise if you are able for the reading of the three treasures on page 3. Fortunate is it to be born into human life. Now we live it. Rare is it to encounter the teachings of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not seek the truth of the Dharma in this life, in what life shall we find it? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken within us our highest aspiration. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the Dharma and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord, in a life of harmony, in a spirit of universal brotherhood, free from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriad of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful teaching. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namam Bhavats.
Namam Bhavats.
Namam Bhavats.
Namam Bhavats.
Namam Bhavats. Please remain standing for our Gatha today when we see the golden sun on page 183. You may now be seated. We will now have a Dharma talk from Reverend Cindy.
Can I have everyone please join me in Gassho? The Buddha's protection and witness arise from the fulfillment of the vow of compassion. So let those who attain the diamond-like mind respond in gratitude to Amida's great benevolence. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida. Hello everybody! I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving with friends and family. And I hope you, if you didn't observe Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving, hope you had a nice Thanksgiving week, as I like to say, because especially this year, my husband, Reverend Koyama, and I had our immediate family members fly up from California to be with us. So we had Thanksgiving on Monday instead of Thursday. So for us, it was a very nice Thanksgiving week. And I have to say, it's a lot colder up here than in California. So my family were definitely tourists and that they were all bundled up. So since this is Thanksgiving week, I thought it would be nice to talk a little bit about gratitude, which is one of the, I feel like, core ideals in Buddhism, especially Jodo Shinshu Buddhism. And so I chose this quote from the Hymns of the Pure Land, or Jodo Wasan, which is written by the founder of Jodo Shinshu, Shinan Choni, who is on this altar to the right. And this hymn actually comes from a section within that Hymn of the Pure Lands on that section that about the Amida Sutra. So Shinan Shonin, in writing the Hymns of the Pure Land, writes hymns on the three Pure Land Sutras, which are the Larger Sutra, the Contemplation Sutra, and the Amida Sutra. And thus, this hymn is on the Amida Sutra, and it is a summarization of the power of Amida Buddha within the fulfillment of the final vow, the 18th vow, and how those who understand this infinite wisdom and compassion of Amida Buddha immediately respond in gratitude to being touched by the light and wisdom and compassion of Amida Buddha. And so, again, since this is Thanksgiving week, gratitude is today's Dhamma talk. So, my question to everyone is, did everyone grow up with gratitude? Like when you were a kid, right? Especially when you were a kid, you didn't understand the concept of gratitude, right? Correct? If you were born with the concept of gratitude, then you were a bodhisattva already as a kid. And I'm sorry to say, I was not a bodhisattva as a kid. And so, how do we go through this process of gratitude, right? The first thing that you do is understand the word, especially thank you, right? You understand what the word thank you means. And it starts off by your parents telling you, and I'm underlining telling you, to say thank you whenever you receive a gift from family or friends, right? And they have to tell you every single time, say thank you. say thank you. But then this eventually starts happening even when your parents aren't there, right? You start saying thank you to those who give you anything. And this eventually, and I'm sorry to say, as a very selfish child, it probably didn't have much feeling behind it at that point, right? Then eventually it grows to this point that immediately when you receive something from anybody, it's a thank you automatically. And it starts becoming this thank you very much, a deeper meaning to that thank you. And that's when gratitude starts coming in. Right? This idea of gratitude, this idea that you are receiving something from someone and this very, very grateful feeling within you starts to bloom. And this gratitude is especially hard to come by in Buddhism. I grew up within the Jodo Shinshu tradition. I did not have gratitude when I was a kid. I did not have gratitude for being in this tradition when I started growing up. And so it's this gratitude, especially in Jodo Shinshu, of the power of Amida Buddha working on us constantly. This idea that Amida Buddha's infinite wisdom and compassion works on us continuously. And that is not only through this primal vow that I talked about earlier, this vow that Amida Buddha perfected that allows all sentient beings to be born in their land and to attain enlightenment. But it is also this vow of compassion which comes into this world as the phrase that we say, Namo Amida Butsu, this I take refuge in Amida Buddha. And just like that, with my experience of growing up at the temple, this saying, Namo Amida Butsu, what I call the saying at the very beginning, started off as something that we always said at temple, something that you repeat every time you're at temple, every time you start the service, every time you end the sutra, every time you end the service. So we say Namo Amida Butsu a lot during services. And as a child, again, just a saying that we said every Sunday. But then as I started this journey on into Buddhism, it became definitely something deeper, something sort of like how I learned how to say thank you. And as I met my various teachers, my various, as many people call it, Dharma followers, I started understanding this deep gratitude for Amida Buddha's infinite wisdom and compassion, which I didn't feel when I was a child. And so what it is important for Jodo Shinshu Buddhists to eventually understand is this instantaneous utterance of Namo Amida Butsu whenever you feel that gratitude from Amida Buddha to come directly out from your mouth. That is the form of gratitude that we as Jodo Shinshu Buddhists, what happens, I guess you could say, when we as Jodo Shinshu Buddhists understand the great compassion and wisdom of Amida Buddha. And yes, this might sound a little very, I'm sorry to say, Christian in a way, but this is also a way in which we understand as the only way to show our gratitude to Amida Buddha. Amida Buddha never asks anything from us. I guess the only thing they ask for us is to listen to the utterance of Namo Amida Butsu and to feel deeply that gratitude of Namam Butsu. But of course, this gratitude does not start off immediately. This gratitude is something that gradually builds, and the hope is eventually to fall into this repetitious gratitude of Namam Butsu, eventually as Jodo Shinshu Buddhists. So if you ever went to Nichikonganji, which is the head temple in Kyoto, Japan, you would hear a group, I'm sorry to say, of men up in front, and they always say Namo Butsu really loud. And I'm pretty sure, I think they do live streams now from Japan, and you could probably hear the people in the Geijin, in the lower area, saying Namo Butsu at the very beginning of the service, because this is the form that gratitude takes upon understanding the infinite wisdom and compassion of Amida Buddha. And I'm not saying that we have to say Namo Butsu every single second of the day, and because that eventually becomes a practice which Shinan Shonin found did not work for him. And so what this gratitude is, again, is a spontaneous utterance, not practice utterance of saying Namo Butsu. And so I hope that this past week you felt this gratitude for your friends, your family, maybe your house, maybe your car, maybe the food that you ate. Some type of gratitude this week, and eventually have that same feeling of gratitude towards Amida Buddha's infinite wisdom and compassion. Someday, again, it's probably not today, it's probably not now, but hopefully in the future, you have this great gratitude to Amida Buddha's great benevolence, and thus repeat back the phrase Namo Butsu, just as you say thank you to those who give you a present, give you anything from the goodness of their heart. So in conclusion, can I have everyone please join me in Gassho in gratitude to Amida Buddha's infinite wisdom and compassion. Namo Butsu. Namo Butsu. Namo Butsu. Namo Butsu. Namo Butsu.
Thank you, Reverend Cindy, for your Dharma talk. Now please rise if you are able for the Gatha Undok Sanchu on page 153, and remain standing for the daily creed of the Rishishu on page 8 afterwards. Now please turn to page 8 and read along with me the daily creed of Jodo Shinshu. Realizing enlightenment is assured and reciting them ensued, I shall live my life cheerfully and positively. Understanding the oneness of life and cultivating self-reflection, I shall diligently attend to my life's tasks in gratitude. Recognizing the Dharma path, I shall help spread the teachings of the Buddha. Appreciating the Buddha Dharma, I shall respect and help others working for the good of society. Namo Buddhist. Namo Buddhist. Namo Buddhist. Namo Buddhist. Okay, thank you. You may be seated. Are there any first-time guests that would like to introduce themselves today? Are there any announcements?
Good morning. This out in the foyer, there's ballots. I tried to give them out to everybody. If you didn't get it, look in the foyer, and if it's not out there, they're being mailed out today. They need to be back by next Sunday. So if you want to open it up, and there's a ballot box out there, you can deposit the ballot box. There's also newsletters out there for those of you that get actual physical newsletters. And then, let's see, on the back bulletin board, we have the new sign-up sheet for sharing service, bringing the osanai, the fruit for the onaging, and flowers. So if you would like, please sign up. What we are doing is we will, oh, I forgot. If you could put your email or your cell number on there, we will set you up in on the automatic sign-up sheet, so you will get a reminder so that, to remember what you signed up for. So,
Yeah, I got that this morning.
Nice,
yeah.
So if you would sign up, and I forgot I was supposed to add that onto the list. So if you just put your email or your cell number on there, then you will get a message the day before that you need to bring things. Okay, thank you.
Any other announcements? I just would like another plug for December 11th will be Bodhi Day, and at 9:30 we'll be decorating gingerbread houses. So please bring a bag of candy if you want to participate, and send me an email or just talk to me if you plan to come. Okay, so that is it for today's service. Please come to Oshoku if you haven't already. Thank you for coming. Have a safe drive home. Stay warm.